You are watching Forbidden Knowledge TV.
Yeah, that's a great question. And I tell you what you just said is an extreme possibility, because we live in a universe where everything is possible. I mean, everything that you can just actually perceive in your mind is a possibility that really probably even occurred or happened. If not here, definitely on in another multiverse on the same exact planet. So what you're saying really is, obviously, the past, present, and future happens at once, and we could be in a deposit into a period of time where information has been deposited into the past, into our current era, and we're kind of rediscovering things that really happened in the future, and now we're trying to gain back access to that future. It's a very strong possibility. Another possibility is like the Vedas talk about the Yuga cycle, where we're in this cyclical civilization that we rise and fall, and that we've been here before. And one of the things I theorized was that the Anunnaki may have arrived here at a time when we had fallen. And I came up with that theory just based off of really a couple things: the Great Flood story, and global civilizations talk about it, and also the fact that a lot of the ancients have talked about the fact that we have risen and fallen. The Mayans talk about living in four worlds and everything else. So if we have risen and fallen, could they have came when we were in a fallen state, and then, they took advantage of us? Or could there be time travelers? I mean, all this stuff is totally possible and plausible, because a lot of it's really up to conjecture. We're only trying to put forth the best idea of what we think might have happened based off of the information that we've been given. And we're trying to paint a picture, but I don't think you can rule anything out. It could be a combination of both. I mean, there's the movie that I told you, I don't think you were here yesterday, I told you there's a movie that I'm doing right now. It's called Quantum Walkers. Yeah. It's a movie that I wrote. Okay, yeah, so that's almost, even though it's a multiversal type of thing, because on Earth in two different dimensions or two different universes, I'm still me. And in one universe, I'm in a type 2 civilization, advanced technology. And the other one, I'm here in this level, just a little above this level that we're at now. And both seeking the ancient Egyptian wisdom. And we end up crossing because we end up playing with the Jupiter arm. It's real possible. One thing I played with time travel a lot in my mind. And I theorized on it a lot, because it's really an amazing concept. And I theorized on the grandfather paradox a lot, which says that if you travel back in time and kill your grandfather, how were you even allowed to travel back in time in the first place? And so I've been really theorizing about it, and I started writing about it, writing out different outcomes and possibilities, just trying to figure out what could possibly be. Since we know now time travel in the past is possible, we know that time travel to the future is possible through quantum mechanics and quantum physics. So I came up with the hypothesis that traveling back in time, if you travel back in time, you end up on a different timeline.
Thank you.
So if I travel back in time and kill my grandfather, it's my grandfather on a different timeline in a multiverse or in a parallel universe. I'm not in the same exact universe. In other words, universes are lined up parallel to each other. And because I traveled back in time, I've jumped into a different parallel. And I killed my grandfather, but I'm still born, because in the universe that I just phase shifted out of, my grandfather's alive. So I think it overcomes the paradox, of the grandfather paradox. I think it overcomes the grandfather paradox, just being able to think of it in those ways. If I think now, I'm thinking as well, if you travel into the future fast enough, Because future travel is already current. If you get on an airplane, it's already been proven that the person on the ground and the person in the plane, the clocks move differently. By, milliseconds, but differently. The person traveling in the plane is now traveling into the future. The person on the rocket ship traveling away from Earth is traveling. All astronauts are in the future by a few milliseconds. They've gone to the future. So that's proven. So, but if you go fast enough to where you're really jumping through time, I think that even going to the future, you jump into an alternate parallel universe. And I think that overcomes all the paradoxes, because if it's possible, then you can't have these paradoxes. So it's possible that you jump back in time. And, it's really interesting. I mean, somebody should do a movie on that one. I'm too busy. But that's another good one. That's another good one where a person goes back in time and then discovers that they run a different parallel. So no matter what changes they make, it doesn't have an effect on where they came from. And they discovered this because, that paradox situation. So it could be a very good thriller. Yeah, exactly. Because usually, they go back in time and they try to change the future, and they're reporting back from the future to find out how much they need to keep doing to make a change. I don't think they're on the same timeline.
Then when they get back, though, what happened when they get back after they killed their grandfather, and even though they ain't knew?
Yeah, when you get back, you can actually get back and see yourself. Because you can go back to the future and not be in the same universe. You can be parallel to something. That's the big thing, So it's a weird thing. I mean, so many possibilities. This is such an incredible place. It's the way it's designed, it's laid out. Yeah.
About that grandpa thing. What about quantum entanglement? If I killed my grandpa in a different dimension, wouldn't his quantum entanglement kill him in another dimension since they're the same thing?
Not possibly, because you can exist in two different universes and not be quantum entangled.
Okay.
And this is just a theory, it's not a fact. But different universes have, according to physics, have different atomic resonating frequencies. And the thing that keeps us separate from these other dimensions is the frequency range. So right now, stacked directly on top of us are n dimensions. We can probably go up to 11 dimensions estimated in quantum physics. Stacked directly on top of us in 90-degree angles. Right now, right here, there's other things going on, literally. But to get from this dimension to another dimension, you have to phase shift your atomic frequency to match. So if you have the technology to do that, if you could find out the resonant frequency of another dimension and phase shift the frequency of your ship and your body and everything else, like we talked about the jet killer on, to get those frequencies to walk through portals, they may have had the capability of doing something similar to that, to go to other dimensions or other planets through stargates, but you have to match the frequency. That's why in the movie that I'm talking about, I'm working on the jet killer frequencies in both parallel universes at the same time, and we match, and then my consciousness jumps, his consciousness jumps. It's really me, but I've switched places.
Okay.
So, scientifically then, what did they say happened with the Philadelphia experiment?
Philadelphia experiment, yeah, that's when they sent so many electromagnetic waves through a marine ship with the people on board that it actually disappeared and jumped to another dimension.
They wasn't phase conjugating that device. Remember when it came back, they said they didn't get the phase conjugation so perfect because it was stuff embedded now.
People were inside of the bulkheads.
So
crazy. That's a big story.
Has there ever been a continuation on that level of that particular research?
I think that they're doing that research, but in places like what used to be Area 51, which is really now moved to Area 52.
Have you ever spoke to Preston Nichols or any of them?
No, I haven't spoken to them.
I asked you the room.
Yeah?
And, you gave me a lot of information on it, but
Wow.
I don't know about the continuing subject or in
Yeah.
in the larger research community.
Well, the reason why I say that, us researching the event.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't heard a lot of research about the event at all, to be honest with you. None. It's kind of fell to the wayside. I thought you meant, are they still doing the research, like the scientists, like they never stop. But us in this community, it's kind of fallen to the wayside. It's really a great story, because of what happened to them. Some of them people even jumped supposedly into the future, and some of them died inside the bulkhead. This ship was laced with so much electromagnetism through this experiment on this marine ship, this Navy vessel, that it vanished and came back. But when it came back and recoalesced, people were inside the bulkhead, like inside the metal and the machinery. They were like merged into the, like it's a bad situation. It's a really bad situation.
That's a true story.
True story.
That's a true story.
It's a true,
This is
the Philadelphia experiment.
Yeah.
Okay, we're going to start off with this meditation. Basically, this meditation is it's going to be a meditation where there'll be no guided talk. The only thing you need to start off with is your breathing. Get your breathing right, and you're just going to focus. I'm going to give you a couple of words, but I'm not going to interrupt too much. The breathing should be 10 seconds in, 10 seconds out, 10 seconds in, 10 seconds out. And what you're going to want to do when we get a couple minutes and you're going to hear me cue in, you're going to want to envision a Star Trek speed run. That's two pyramids counter-rotating. Okay, so you can see the top rotating counterclockwise and the bottom rotating clockwise.
Around the body or in the mind?
Outside of your body first, you're going to step inside of it. I'm going to tell you when to step inside of it. Okay, you're going to step inside of that. And then you're going to literally envision that Merkaba lifting off. And you're just going to allow yourself to be guided. However or wherever it takes, every person will have a different journey. Every person will have a different feeling. Some people may not even lift off of the ground, but just be inside the Merkaba. They may not even lift off. But just try to be in the moment, try to empty your mind, and try to get into the actual experience.
Hi, I'm Billy Carson, researcher, speaker, and best-selling author of the Compendium of the Emerald Tablets and Woke Doesn't Mean Broke. I'm inviting you to join me on ForbiddenKnowledge.tv to enjoy hours of great programming, learn the secrets of ancient Egypt, unexplained structures on the moon and Mars, financial literacy, holistic and healthy lifestyles. Go now to ForbiddenKnowledge.tv and get 3 days free. While there, you can enter to win a Rolls Royce. That's ForbiddenKnowledge.tv. You are watching Forbidden Knowledge TV. Hi, my name is Billy Carson, and I'm the president of Forbidden Knowledge. We have an amazing investment opportunity here for anyone who wants to buy shares in Forbidden Knowledge. The money that's generated from this crowdfunding platform is going to be used to bring on a new content acquisitions partner. We're going to hire a new in-house graphics designer, a social media manager, put together a customer service team and a customer service management program that will organize and satisfy all the different legs of Forbidden Knowledge Inc., as well as, and of course, make more improved high quality streaming content for the Forbidden Knowledge TV platform, which right now is featured on Apple TV, Roku, Amazon Fire TV, iOS and Android apps, and also, of course, the web. The streaming platform is a year old right now and doing very, very well. And we're looking for your support where you can not only be a conscious customer, but also be a part owner in an amazing opportunity that includes streaming TV, book publishing, and e-commerce. Grow with us and earn with us. Forbidden Knowledge Inc. You are watching Forbidden Knowledge TV.